Alright, we're going to take out this module right here. Get my helpers out of the way. Shut the power off for that. And then it looks like I'm probably going to have to take this bar out. So let's see. We'll see. I might not take those out. It might be like a current sensor or something. They're just passing through there, so not actually held in by that. So I guess what I'll probably do what does that do for me? I need that loose just in case. So that is loose. I also don't want that to touch the other. Dropping that screw down like that. That is the same length as the other one. That is also the same length as it is. Oh, let's see. There's a connector. There it goes. Alright, all four of those bolts are the same size. I'm pretty sure this bus bar down here is holding me. Just in case. I don't want to touch that bar. Well, I didn't take anything to break that loose. In fact, I don't think it broke at all. I think it just came apart. If that was an issue I was not aware of. That is just tying those two together, so that would not have done anything anyways. Let's see, let's not forget that's the bolt for that one. We'll go ahead and take apart, take this current sensor, I see that's what that is, away. Alright, those two are the same length. Alright, there's no way those are holding it now. Okay, I think it is this bracket right here. Yeah, it's that stupid bracket right there. It's doing all the work. There we go. Not gonna defeat me. Alright, now I'm gonna just bend that back down once I'm done. Not a big deal. Styrofoam, set of bus bars. Alright, next thing you're gonna see is this being taken apart, I guess. There's the whole board. Same bar. Yep. So I should get nothing, nothing, nothing. That's obviously connected. Yep. Yep. Nothing, 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 nothing. I've seen pictures where you had it posted, and I see the VT1 and VT2. They're not bridged. There's no continuity between them. So I guess the next step, none of the capacitors look blown or bulging in any way. And I don't see a burnt resistor or any other component. All right, I think this is where it gets into the images I keep seeing. So this is just a heat sink, and this is more for me, just to make sure I'm getting all this correct. This is the heat sink. These are the three, I believe it was the IGBTs that you called. So based on what I can see from under here, you're saying I would have to desolder those three and those three for this module that's under here. Same thing for this one and this one. And the VT1 and VT2, so if I remember right, your post was talking about a temperature sensor that's only on the middle one. So that's why these two are not soldered in. And then again for the third one, you got these three and these three. So I don't know if I'm good enough to desolder all these. And I guess, do I have to desolder them? Or can I just take out like just the board screws and the whole thing comes up? Well, probably gonna end up buying a new one anyway, so I would hope that that would release the board, but I'm assuming that these are probably gonna be holding me down as well. Yeah, I got no give right there. Oh yeah, okay, so I can see, well, that's probably the, let's see, I see bolts, well, screws, one right here and one right here. I assume those go through this black plastic plate, and that's what's holding the plastic plate to the heat sink. There's another one there, another one there. There's probably more. I guess my question is, if I take these 6 screws out, because it looks like the copper looking bus bars are on top of the, I'm just gonna call everything a bus bar, on top of the bus bars that are on the other side of this, like that. These two are attached to these particular ones right here. If I take those loose, can I just lift the whole thing? Is it just some sort of paste that's just kind of holding the whole thing down? I wonder if I can like feel any give. If there is, it's probably really stuck on there. Surely I don't have to desolder this before I can even take the board off. Is that right? Because that would mean they would have to solder the board in place. Jeez, I hope not. All right, we're gonna, oh my goodness. Now am I lucky? No. All right, are there more screws that I'm missing? Panasonic film capacitor. 10 mil socket. took that off. It was not helpful. I can't, so I have to desolder this thing to even get to it? That's no good. Nothing. 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 $205. Should get anything between them. Nope. 21 mega ohms. 205 kilo ohms. 508 kilo ohms. Okay. Nothing. 205. 27 mega ohms. Let's go back to this one. 21 mega ohms. I hope it's mega. And then kilo 205. Back to the right, showing 205. 508. That is unfortunate. So I believe that's my problem. So from the pictures I've looked at, that means that I have to somehow desolder, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20 points. This board comes off, and then I'm assuming there's bolts holding that middle one down, but I have to find that middle one. So I need a part number, I guess. That'd be the next step, because I don't know what part that is. Or even how to find it.